Rhonda. I'm so glad you came in today. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling better.
Oh, good, good. Well, before we get started, I just want to tell you that we are having a family meeting next door. So there may be some times when it gets a little loud next door. If that makes you feel uncomfortable or, throws you off a little bit and maybe you want to reschedule, by all means, let me know. And that's what we'll do. Of course, as always, want to make sure that you're comfortable as we move through this process. Um, Again, this is a safe place, so feel free to talk openly. If anything makes you feel uncomfortable, we can stop. We don't have to keep going. We can always, switch to a different topic if need be. Okay? All right. So the last time you were here, we were talking about things that were going on at home with your daughter leaving and how that was showing itself in the office. We also discussed how, you were going to try some new things, maybe get out with your friends a little bit, get back into what makes you happy and what makes you gives you enjoyment throughout the day. So if you like, we can pick back up there. Or was there something else that you wanted to hit on today?
No, pretty much um, what you were saying. Just talk about, some of the things that I've tried, and maybe you have some more suggestions. We did talk about me getting out, and I did, call a couple people, and I've got, things on the calendar, to hang out with some people. Um, and so that's really good. I haven't really done a whole lot since, the last time I just
Mm-hmm.
started doing stuff. But it's been nice talking to people instead of going home. And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, I did check with HR, and they have like different things going on, dealing with problems. They have EAP, and I can sign up for that and learning how to deal with the things that's going on there. I was also able to that they will connect you with some, that they didn't think it was quite anger management because some of it was warranted. I just need to handle it better, but they have some things for me to do. So I'm signing up for some stuff and trying to keep my cool in the meanwhile, and just letting them know they have made some connections. So it's going a lot better. I try not to call my daughter every 5 minutes anymore, which is really good. And yeah, just I know you can't answer the phone every time I call, but it's nice to just be able to call and leave you a message. And those are the times when like I needed to vent, or just pick up the phone and call somebody and say, okay, they're driving me crazy, but I'm not slamming my door. So I know I left a couple of those, and thank you for that. But um, it's just a lot of new experiences and getting back out there. So it's been real helpful.
So it's wonderful to hear that you've been trying to some new things and actually exploring some of the options we talked about. Um, how are you doing at home with the fact? I mean, other than controlling the amount of phone calls, how are you feeling at home by yourself?
I mean, I'm comfortable by myself. I just wasn't really doing anything,
Hmm.
trying to give myself, a schedule, trying to do stuff, not just come home, but try to find something different. I know we talked about maybe um, yoga or relaxation techniques. And so, if you have any more information about that, we did look up a couple things after the last time that we met.
Well, and
Um,
considering that you feeling comfortable at home, um, what about anything in home? Maybe some redecorating, maybe making the house more suitable for you being there as opposed to you and your daughter being there. Not removing her things, but just maybe a new color of paint, maybe some pictures. Is that something that interests you? Redecorating or
I'm not
even
very good at it, but it's yeah, some color would be my furniture. It's good furniture. Um, Probably do need to get away from the dark green and get something a little bit lighter.
okay, okay, okay. Change of season, perhaps
Yeah.
change of color in the house. So I heard you say though that you call your daughter and you leave some voicemails. How does she respond to those voicemails when you're calling? And
Um, well, she's young, so they keep their phones all the time. And I think the voicemails that I left for you were better than the ones that I left for her because she doesn't get the concept, that I'm just calling because I just want to leave a message as opposed to I'm calling and I need to talk to you. So, and since I've been calling so frequently, she just was like, what now? What? Or sending me a text message as I was calling. I'm in class or, so
that's all right. That's
yeah,
all right.
it's a learning process for both of us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I don't really hear sounds of rejection. Just sounds like typical teenage. What's
Oh
going
yeah,
on?
no, it's
What's
not.
going on?
She responds to her mom, and I guess 50 times a day is a lot more than just 5 times a day. So she's doing a lot better.
And you can use that. You can feed on that. The fact that she's not rejecting you. Just to remind yourself that this is just a normal process. This is how it goes. How are things at work now that you've started? Now that we've identified what was happening at home, how are things at work?
They're okay. Since I'm doing stuff and trying to schedule or trying to do something different. I'm not just bored going to bed at 8 o'clock and then being frustrated before I go in there. Bedtime's getting a little later and I sleep and then I get up and go to work. But the little squishy things that you gave me, the stress balls and stuff, that was real helpful. And I'm not slamming, well, maybe one or two, but not as much as I was doing before, closing the drawers too hard. Um, so it's helpful. It's coming around.
Now, what's happening when you find yourself slamming things at work, slamming drawers?
They do stupid stuff, and it's too much for me because I'm already frustrated. So,
Oh, okay, okay. Now, what have you identified where that frustration is coming from? Is it just frustration from the workplace? Are you going there with a level of frustration?
I was, and there are some days when it's more than others, but um, no, it's sometimes my patience isn't exactly where it needs to be. Sometimes I just need to walk away. Um, sometimes your coworkers aren't exactly, I don't know, they're crazy. That's the best way to say it. You just try to deal with it the best way you can.
Right, right, right. And I think that's a really, really good attitude to have. You can't control what everyone else is doing and how everyone else responds. Only how you receive it and what you do with that once you receive it. It's really good to hear that we've reduced slamming of the drawers to maybe only once or twice. What have you thought about? Maybe some positive things you can do in the moment to so that we can get that to not slamming drawers at work, or even in the midst of being frustrated. It's of course it's okay to be frustrated, but when we react, we have to be mindful of how we do that. Have you put any thought to that?
One of the suggestions you gave was to talk to the people at work.
Mhm.
And I'm not really sure if EAP is the way I want to go, which is a help program for when you're going through frustrating things or times where you might need um, additional assistance.
Mhm.
But they do have some workshops and stuff that are available for you to help deal with stress, to deal with anger management, and some other things. So I think that's the route that I'm going to take. And like I said, we're trying to schedule those. They just haven't happened. So
Okay.
I use the stress balls, and I am deep breathing. You'll be glad to hear,
Fantastic.
and that does take the edge off of it. I mean, don't want to fuss at them or treat them like children, but I think that they're used to me being the way I was when my daughter was here as opposed to with her gone. So they kind of like, oh, a little empty nest going on over there. We just go.
Well, and that's okay too. Everyone, can have their opinion, but I mean, you seem to have really, really come to a place of understanding. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you're seeing what's happening, and I hear you say that you're actively moving towards, dealing with it and moving from a place of empty nesting, as they say, to, just a place of where this is where I'm at in life and I'm okay.
Yeah, it helps to be busy though. I mean, it helps to do things and not just sit around and think about how they're driving me crazy and so yeah, it's been helpful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, good, good. Well, it sounds like we've got some things in place. You're meeting with EAP at your job to see what programs they provide. When's your first outing with your friends?
Um, Actually, a week or so. You know, they still have kids, so it's just an adjustment. That time they busy during the week, so
And how fantastic
yeah.
that they are. Yes, they're going to make some time, and you all are going to get
I
out
know I
there.
should have thought about that when I had my kid. Huh?